sure you know. But I was looking at your Instagram before we got on here, and you have some wild stories. And there was one in particular that stood out to me, I thought would really exemplify one of the points we want to make. And so if I say you got a contract signed in a bathroom, does that give you enough information to tell the story?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. All the wholesaling stuff. And some guy, he agreed to sell me this property. And I think it's worth a lot more than he's willing to sell it for. At the address, realized the property was worth about 150 grand in his contract. Well, his oral agreement was for 50 grand. And this guy tried to sell it to others in the past, but there was a missing trust. And the property was titled the name of the trust. And the man's son had been in prison, was just released to like some kind of supervised program. So it was just hard for people to get this done. I thought, for 100 grand, I'll do what it takes. So I agreed to do a deal. One of my big rules is when someone tells me they're going to sell me something for 30 cents on the as-is dollar, I'm not waiting. That thing's getting signed before the sun sets. I don't care if I'm driving to Houston and meeting a dude in a bathroom. Like, I'm for real. Treat it like someone's holding 100 grand in their hand and saying, here you go. You're going to call them back next Tuesday? You going to show up after lunch? Or like, you're there. So instead of waiting a month to go through approvals and all this stuff, the guy said, I'm going shopping tomorrow with my, I don't know what it was, like a supervisor or someone, trustee or something. I don't know. The person that made sure he didn't do any more bad shit, basically. So we met him in a stall in the Walmart bathroom. We signed a contract. And the dude couldn't even use a phone without like registering his calls and stuff. So it was like impossible to get this done. Got there, took it over to title. And at that point, I got the contract signed. Even if we don't close quickly, this is a legal agreement. I'm getting the house. We're good. But to get the contract signed, man, it was fast and weird.
Fast and weird indeed.